Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. Today, I am out here working on all those corn that we harvest here on the homestead. And so pretty much what I'm doing here today, I am sorting out the corn that we're going to keep back here on the homestead to make cornmeal, grits, different stuff with these corn here. And I'm even thinking to go ahead at a later date in another video to show you all something, a childhood treat that we grow up on back home in Jamaica. It's called hasham, okay? And so what that is pretty much, it's corn that we parch, or you would probably say bake inside of a pan. We parch it, pretty much mix it to get the corn, all the moisture out of the corn, and then we will beat it in our homemade mortar. Okay, so we'll beat it in the mortar, make a real nice fine powder, maybe throw a little bit of sugar, also some salt in there, and beat it. And then later on we'll come and we'll sieve it to get the finest particle out of there, and we will eat that as a treat. Okay, so later on I think I might bring you guys along with making some of that. Definitely would have my mom here probably with me as well, because just to bring back some of that old memory growing up as a child. So of course, just a quick overcap. As y'all know, we have the Jimmy red corn here, guys. And so what I am actually doing here today, because what we have noticed while they were storing, and I think they may have came in from out there in the field, we are dealing with a little bit of weevil inside of these corn here. So what I'm pretty much doing, I am going through, just examine the corn just to make sure that if there's any bad kernel in the corn, while I'm going over them, I'm picking them out with my knife here. Okay, just to give y'all an example, if y'all can see right here, we have a couple of bad kernels, and also try to show you guys if y'all can see those holes right there inside of that kernel right there. That is the damage from the weevil. Okay, and so I am just picking them out just like that there, just picking them out, guys. And what will happen with these bad kernel that I'm picking out, those right there will be going to the chickens. All right, it is easier now for me to pick out these bad kernels off the cob than to go ahead and once I take them off the cob, it's going to be harder for me to go through and try to cipher out all the bad grains. I'm going to do that process now by taking them on out, so that way once I start harvesting off the grains off the corn, it will be a whole lot easier for me. Okay, and so even these ones that I'm taking off right now, they're not going to go to waste, especially when it comes to food and grains and stuff like that, because we have the animals here on the homestead. These will go to the chicken more so, give it to them, to help to kind of back up the food just a little bit. Okay, and so I was just sitting here and I say, you know what, hey, why not bring you guys along with us on the process? And so that is what I am doing here right now. And so, and we'll talk a little bit even about what it is that we're doing as well, because of course y'all know that we do have a seed store, guys. And so what I'm doing right now while I'm going through these corn, I am looking for I would say the prettiest cob. Okay, and this one is done. So y'all can see, look like I missed, nope. So y'all can see it is nice and clean. Look like I got one right there. Yep, look at that. Couldn't see it, but it picked it up on the camera. Okay, and so I'm just pulling those on out. And so what I'm doing while I'm here in that process, I am looking for corn to save for seed, because as of course y'all know, we do have the seed store, guys, and so we're picking out the best looking cob. And when I said the best looking cobs that are pretty much filled all the way out, pretty much no defects in growth with the cob, because you want to save seeds from the best corn, and you want to keep that same genetics and everything for next year. And so if y'all can see, these here is a perfect cob right there, guys. And so like I said, making it easy for me for when I get ready to start shelling, pulling out all those bad corn, okay, or bad grain. Look at that one there. That is another perfect one. Like I got a little, so we'll go ahead and get that on out. So just working on them, getting out all the bad stuff, and just showing it, because absolutely we want to bring y'all the best quality seeds here, guys. And so hey, we're looking for the best corn, okay? And so that right there is my bucket that I have right here with all those corn. And another thing is, because we do have, or because we are experiencing the weevil here inside of these corn, what we're going to do, just so while these corn is in storage, we're not dealing with the weevils coming back in and damaging all the good grains that we already have storing up. What we're going to do is we're also going to go ahead and get some food grade diatomaceous earth. And so once we put these corn away for storage, we're going to go ahead, pour that food grade diatomaceous earth in the bucket, so that way if there's any weevil larvae or weevil eggs, what will happen, that will go ahead and kill that larvae, guys, because of course we don't want to lose all of our corn. Now I know you say, hey, you got the diatomaceous earth on there, what you're going to do when it comes time for you to cook or to grind your corn, simply what we would do, because we do have a dehydrator here on the homestead, we will wash the corn. Yes, guys, we're going to wash it. And what we're going to do, put it in the dehydrator, pull back all that moisture from off the corn, and then we can go ahead and either grind it to make the meal, or whatever we're going to use it to do. And so that's what we will do to get our corn clean to make cornmeal or whatever. All right. Okay. And so just going through, it's just best to do it now than having to worry about it later, getting these bad corn off the cob. All right. And so of course we have already talked a little bit about the process of curing the corn, or putting the corn to dry. Not so much curing, but that whole process, it pretty much take about 2 weeks. Right now we are pretty much in the tail end of fall, and so the sun is not as hot as it usually would be. So we came on out and took all those corn from outside, because it is getting a bit cold outside, and all that moisture fluctuating back and forth. We don't want that to mess with our corn and all that hard work that we have put in to store them. Not so much store, but to get all that moisture pulled out of these corn. All right. So guys, we are just here checking all of them far, looking real good. I think this one here, I probably will keep this one for seed. That's a real nice one. It's a little bit smaller corn, but it's looking good as far as for seed saving. I think with what we have here is pretty much what I'm pulling for seed. We may have a limited quantity, even though it's quite a bit in here. We may have a limited quantity of seeds. So, but nonetheless, I still want to go ahead and make sure that we have seeds for you all to make sure y'all can plant some of this Jimmy red corn. And from what we have experienced as far as eating this corn, I like it. I like it, me personally. It reminds me of the corn growing up, as far as even with the texture and also flavor. All right. So that is a nice one. And right here up on the tip, you know, usually up here on the tip of those corn, usually don't turn out so well. You may even have the bugs come in, did not develop all the way. And so we just go ahead and take those tops off. All right. Because like I said, the whole goal here is to make my job a bit easy. Also giving them a bit of a tap, just in case if there's any weevil or anything inside of them. With me tapping them, there go one. With me tapping it just like that, those weevils will fall out. All right. Go ahead and show y'all what it is that we are talking about when we say weevil. Go one right there. I don't know if you can see that, but there you go. That's the weevil right there. And so, you know, guys, that's one of the things that y'all have to understand, that when you are farming or you're doing farming, you know, there's so much things that you are up against. You're up a lot of things. You're up against a lot of things. Anywhere from pests, stuff coming in to eat your crop and all that different kind of stuff. You're up against a lot of stuff. You know, but I'm not saying that to discourage you guys. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. You know, we're just we're just not in a perfect world. And so these are things that we do deal with as a gardener or a farmer or whatever you want to title it. That are some of the things that we do go up against. And I'm gonna tell you, and when they do happen, you know, the mind, or the first thing that you want to, you know, have go through your mind is that discouraging moment. And it's like, man, you know, as fast as that thought comes is as fast as we have to snap out of it, because we're just not in a perfect world. These things, they do happen. Just even this morning when I got up, I was doing some work outside, and I said, you know, let me go ahead and give one of my brother a call. And I called him, and, you know, was on the phone for quite a little while. And so, you know, I said, okay, well, you know what, I guess I'll go ahead and wrap the day up. And what happened, left the gate open up there at the top garden, and you wouldn't believe it, chickens, they came in and damaged my garlic bed again. And like I said, first thing that snapped into mind was, man, I can't believe it. You know, even trying to get upset. You know, I mean, of course it is an upsetting moment, but I had to snap out of it right away. You know, I said, you know what? You know, it's not the chicken's fault, because it was on me and my carelessness that I did not close the gate back when I came out. And so I had to just stop and say, you know what? Hey, that don't have nothing to do with the chickens. That's all my fault. And so what I went ahead and did, hey, I just close the gate, walk on around to the back of the woods. Just, went for a little walk. So it was early in the morning. I didn't pray before I got up to come outside because I hear my wife say, hey, go get the chickens out the garden. And I jumped up immediately. And while I was walking, I said, hey, it's the best time to go ahead and pray. Even in all of the moments going through, chickens tearing up my garden, I stopped while I was back there and I said, you know what? Hey, I didn't pray this morning. Let me go ahead and pray. And so that is exactly what I did, guys. Was just go ahead and pray and just put my mind at ease. What I went ahead and did, I went back inside the house, get myself together, and I came on out and I put my garden back together. So I guess, hey, the moral of the story is some things is just out of our control, especially when the chickens have already did the damage, do what it is they're going to do. It's just like that old saying, you cannot cry over spilled milk. The milk is already spilled. What you going to do? Scoop it back up? It's already gone, guys. And so it's just got to get back out there and fix it back. That's all. But I guess while I'm here with y'all, we just, hey, go ahead and talk. Can't say it's a beautiful day. It's a good day nonetheless. It's raining outside. It's pretty cold. And so not much I can do out in the garden. And I said, let me take this time here to come on in and get these corn situated and get them put up for storage. Okay? And so that is what we're working on here today. So in just a moment, what I would go ahead and do, I guess I won't be in much of a rush. We'll just stay here and we can talk for a little bit and just, hey, do a little talking, right? Most of the time y'all don't get me, y'all don't see me talk a whole lot, which I really don't. You may catch me in the videos most of the time, and I try to keep my videos done real quick and short. Hey, man, a few words at times, but I guess today, while we're doing this very relaxing moment, and I'll just go ahead, take you all along with me on that. All right, let me go ahead and bring y'all out just a little bit more so y'all can see what it is I am doing. I don't know if, yep, that's better. That's a whole lot better. Just so y'all can see what it is that I'm doing. So just pretty much, like I said, cleaning up these corn. Get them shelled up. But even so far right now, with our fall garden here on the homestead right now, everything is doing just fine, looking real good. Today I wanted to go ahead and give y'all an update on the fall garden so y'all can see what is going on out there. And it is actually the next step, or you would maybe say the next stage to go ahead and fertilize the brassicas. Simple reason why, as they get to a certain point, they do use up a lot of the nitrogen and different stuff like that in the ground, and so we would come on in and add a little bit more nitrogen. But stay tuned on that there, guys, because that is something that I do want to take you all along with us. I'm not going to give it away much here right now, but I do want to take you guys along with us on the next step. Okay? So y'all just stay tuned on that. So this year, this year, still in the year, the gardening season was not bad at all for the most part. It was pretty good. Everything turned out really well for the most part. Everything turned out well. Of course, with gardening, guys, there is going to be some ups and downs. You're going to have that in your garden, okay? But like I said, it's not for you to be discouraged and don't want to plant a garden next year. If anything, we learn from those mistakes and we just get better as time goes on. Of course, things is going to happen in the garden that will try to discourage us, but we can't give in to that. We cannot give in to that, because I'm telling you, we are actually at that time, like I always say, and like I said, you will hear me say it over and over again. Just make sure that you are getting yourself together to plant your food for next year, guys. Okay? Make sure you're getting your stuff together to plant your food for next year. We don't know what next year is going to bring. So I don't really try to give it too much thought, but for today, while I'm here and I am living, I'm still putting stuff in play as far as getting what I need to get together to make sure next year is going to be another, a successful growing year. Okay? And so with gardening, preparation goes into it as well. So prepare yourself for next year, whatever it is that you're going to be doing, whether it be getting your beds together. Yes, getting your beds together. So one of the things that we're doing here, which I do want to take you guys along with me, but hey, you be a bit busy, and I do want to take you guys along with me on a lot of the steps and things that I am going to be doing here shortly. Is pretty much, I'm actually going to be cleaning up my garden beds. Yes, because we are in fall. It's not much going on in fall. Got the fall garden already planted. It's not much going on. So what I want to do is take this moment to clean my garden up, so that way once spring gets here, I'm already I'm not even going to say one step, but two steps ahead of what it is that I need to go ahead and do, because in spring the pressure do get a bit intense, because you think about a garden of this magnitude and it's a lot of work out there, and so you want to make sure you're having everything prepared and having everything together, so that way everything will go smoothly. Yes, and another thing, I want to give a big shout out to, we had a couple of brothers that came on down and gave me a hand, just doing a little bit of things around here on the homestead. And so I want to give a big shout out to those brothers. Well, I ain't gonna say brothers, my brothers, and I just want to say thanks to y'all, brothers. Thanks to y'all. Came on out and helped just to go over a little bit of the stuff that they came on out and helped me with. They helped me to clean up the goat pen, rake up, and took some stuff on out into the garden. And later on down, y'all may be able to see what it is that we got done. There was a couple of trees round back that I'd cut down. They came on out and they put hands on them bad boys, and we went ahead, piled them up, and light a big fire and got rid of some of that debris that is back there. This one is one that I'm going to keep for seeds. Pretty nice corn. I like that. It's very beautiful. And so they came on out and and gave me a hand. And you know, these brothers, they're my close brothers, you know, and so they came on out and gave a hand. And so I just want to let y'all know, I know I've said it before, thank y'all, and I'm going to say thank y'all once more again. Just to let y'all know that, hey, I do appreciate you coming through and, you know, helping out. And also, like they said, hey, you know, it's not just to come and help, but it's also to come and learn. And, you know, I'm all for that. I'm all for that, teaching and helping my brothers to learn, because at the end of the day, the whole goal is for somebody else to take what I'm doing here and duplicate it and be able to set up something, whether it may be on, start small, a 1/4 acre, whether it may be half an acre, an acre. Yes, I want y'all to start somewhere, okay? And even another thing here, guys, just talking. A lot of people, and you know, this is an encouraging moment. A lot of people may say, hey, I don't know how to garden. Hey, I don't know how to. It's a lot of things, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a lot of things that I didn't know how to do. Yes. But the thing about it is, you know, just, you know, through praying and, you know, having the Most High to lead you, having the Ruach to lead you, or the Holy Spirit to lead you, and our brother, you know, Christ, you know, to lead. I think if you have those three, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit to help to guide you, you will find that there is so much things that you can do that you never think that would have been possible. But it is possible. You just have to put your mind to it, put your hands to it, and you'll be surprised the things that you are able to do, and even being able to accomplish, guys, once you put your mind to it. And so, you know, just even to get back to, you know, the people that may say that, hey, don't know how to, guys, you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. I know a lot of y'all out there have, you may have a home, and that home, you got dirt back there, you have grass and you have dirt back there. Hey, get rid of that grass, work that dirt, and put something back there. First, you know, of course, you may want to amend your soil. That is always a key thing to do, is to amend your soil, just to make sure that it is ready to be planted in. And get you a tiller or whatever it is that it may be, and work that dirt, guys. There's so many videos that I've done just showing you where, you know, starting a garden. And just go ahead, check those videos out, and get some of the basic, you know, how to amend that soil, and y'all see how stuff grow here on the homestead. But I started somewhere. I went out and I put my hand to the plow. And so I'm trying to encourage you guys to do the same thing. Just get on out there and put your hands to the plow, guys. And just start. Just start. You know, you'd be surprised what you can get done once you start doing something. Okay? And you know, you see where this garden has started from. It started all the way up top, and I worked my way down here to the bottom. And since I've been down here at the bottom, I've worked myself on down here. And the thing about it is, don't take on more than you can handle. That's another thing that I want to talk about. Don't take on more than you can handle. Start your garden small. Start it small. Don't look at this magnitude of garden that I have and say, hey, I'm going to go out there and start a garden like Brother Mike did, guys, you will find yourself overwhelmed. You will find yourself, you know, not having that urge to want a garden. So, needless to say, is just start your garden very small. Learn the basics of how to tend to your plant, what it is that your plant needs to grow. And once you get those basic things down, and if you feel within yourself that, hey, you know what, I can do this. I can upgrade my garden. I can make my garden a little bit bigger. You know, go from there, but don't start your garden so big at first. You will find yourself burnt out, and you know the love and the happiness for gardening won't be there anymore. So just take that little advice right there. But definitely start a garden. Definitely start a garden. I know the question may be, because I know y'all see that, hey, it is I got a lot of work that I'm doing here. You know, anywhere from with the animals, you know, having the animals here on the homestead, the goats, the chickens, the turkeys, the sheeps, and you know, that's what we have for right now. Hey, but you know, in time, if it be the Father's will, and you see where I can handle some more or handle something else, hey, He may bless me with whatever it is that He think that I need to have at that time. Okay, and so y'all see me, taking care of all this stuff, taking care of the garden, and y'all may say, man, brother, hey man, how you do all of this by yourself? How you doing all this? Guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's not a lot of work out there in the garden. Of course, it's a lot of work out there in the garden. Taking care of everything else, the garden, taking care of the home, making sure when stuff is broken, you can go ahead and fix it. Oh yeah, it's work. But you know what I do? I just go ahead, I take it one day at a time. Yes, one day at a time. When it comes to the garden, I get out there and I till the ground. I do what I can do within that day. And when I'm doing it, and if I get tired, I go ahead and I sit down and I rest. Okay? So, but yes, it is a lot of work, but I take my time. And that's one of the things that I had to learn early on when we first moved here to this property here, is that, hey, take your time, slow down. You're not gonna get everything done in one day, because I was trying to do that. I was out here, man, I'm telling you. But I have seen, I'm gonna tell you, since I've been here, even within the first year since I've been here, I have seen the growth of so much that I have done. I've seen it. I'm just looking now, and I see it's done anywhere from putting up fencing, the garden, clearing out the land, and I'm gonna tell you, I know I probably may have not walked you all the way on the property. Y'all may see different little tidbits here and there, but guys, hey, I wish I had a before picture of what this property was looking like before it is what it is now. There was a lot of trees, undergrowth, and different stuff like that needed to get cleaned out. And so when I moved here, I know, of course, I wanted to get goats. I had goats at my old property, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. I had goats at my old property. I know automatically I wanted to get goats and different stuff like that. And so the thing was, hey, okay, I went out and I got some goats, and the fence or the enclosure I had them in was not where it needs to be. And so eventually I went ahead and started putting up a fence down here at the bottom. And that was just the start. I did have a couple of brothers that come on in and help me drive some T-posts and lay some posts in the dirt and stuff like that. And so we put that fence up, and that was just a start. And since then, we had fence put up on some of the sides of the property, in the front of the property. And so this property have grown and I guess you could probably use the word evolve over a period of time. And so guys, it came a long way. Now they still have a bit more ways to go. And by the grace of the Most High and the strength that He invests in me to be able to go ahead and do, but one day at a time, one day at a time. You know, and so that's it for, you know, that's it for that. And so, you know, but the thing is, you have to start somewhere, and that's what we did. We started somewhere, guys, and so this is where we are today. But like I said, just remember and keep in mind, just take your time and do what you can do within that day. All right. And so here we are, what, 2.5 years later, and hey, praise the Most High for the strength that He has given me to be able to get a lot of this stuff accomplished. And that's one of the things. Without Him, I don't think any of this would have been possible. But even to get back onto the land, as far as even all the trees and the brush and all the undergrowth and stuff like that, guys, a lot of this stuff was done manually. I mean, I came in and I did some hard labor clearing out the undergrowth and the different stuff. Of course, you know, I had my young ones, them with me, my sons, and you know, we came in and we did it. You know, I did had some brothers that came one time and gave me a hand clearing out some stuff back there as well. You know, and hey, we did it. But man, I'm telling you, you know, we did it. And I'm just saying that to say that, hey, if y'all get land and you're not afraid of working, you can do it as well. But the thing about it is, you can't be afraid to work. You cannot be afraid to work, because if you are afraid to work, I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna get much done. You got to get up and just do. You got to do. And so that's hey. But it can be done. It can be done. And I think early on in life, you know, growing up with my grandfather and mom and dad and parents, you know, of course, you know, that work ethic was built into me at an early age. Coming up back home in Jamaica, just even talking about it, you know, those stuff that was instilled in me as a young man until now is what made me the person that I am today. You know, of course, we did have animals and different stuff like that back home in Jamaica. That was one thing. Our parents always try to make sure that we had animals, whether it be goats, because yes, we did have goats coming up. We had chickens. We did raise pigs. Yes, we did raise a lot of pigs. You know, and so, hey, I remember before I was able to leave and go to school, we had to go and pull, there's a grass that's called water grass. You know, the water grass, it's pretty much, it's green, of course it's green, and it's full of a lot of water in there. And so we used to have to go early in the morning while the dew is still on the grass. And we had to pull that for the pigs early in the morning. And we used to have to feed the chickens, give them water. And so, that's where a lot of it coming in, just the love for the animals, caring for the animals. And growing up and doing that, I didn't regret it not one bit, because hey, it made me who I am here today, being able to care and tend for a lot of our animals, guys. And that's what even now, trying to just motivate my young ones to get them into that mood of, hey, come on, learn these things, because I'm gonna tell you, once stuff happen and it ain't no more stores out there and all that different kind of stuff, you're gonna have to eat what you grow on your property, and that's it. And the thing about it is, we did grow quite a bit of our food as well. I remember at time, we did grow a lot of pumpkins, okras and corn. I remember my granddad, he had, man, I'm telling you, you think that these cabbage out here that I grow is beautiful? Man, I see my granddad, he grow some cabbage one time, man. And man, those was like the prettiest cabbage I have ever seen. Now I've grown pretty cabbage, but man, my granddad cabbage was pretty. I remember he had that garden in the back. Remember he had corn planted back there, and those cabbage. What he used to spray the cabbage, he used soap. I remember that. Soap we use back home, we call it fob, which is that powder soap. And that's what he would mix, and he sprayed on those cabbage. And oh yeah, that's what he sprayed on them. I remember that as a little boy coming up. And my granddaddy always had him a little garden in the back. Yes, and I'm telling you, those was the prettiest cabbage, but nonetheless, hey, that's it there. And even remember, I don't remember how old I was, but I remember when he also built that little chicken coop round back. And I went back home probably about 3 years, I think I went back home. And that chicken's coop is still back there standing. Still back there standing. And so, hey, just growing up around my granddad, learned a lot. A lot of stuff was instilled. Of course, my dad as well, learned from him as well. So a lot of that stuff was instilled, at a young age. And I see now why those things was instilled in me. But it's not too late for you guys to learn. It's never too late. And so I just want y'all to know that. Okay? I think like I say, I know y'all don't really catch me talking too much, but today I guess I'm on a little rant. I mean, I'm sitting here shelling corn. Hey, what else to do, right? So I just said, why not just come on and let's talk to the people a little bit. Talk to the people. But guys, as y'all can see, we're here shelling corn, and pretty much what we're doing, because like I say, we don't have that machine, and that's the thing here as well. It's a lot of stuff we don't have, but we still make do with what we do have. We don't make it stop us from not doing what it is that we need to do, because we don't have anything. We still come on out and we put our hand to the plow. And I'm going to have my young ones come down later on and let them go ahead and teach them what it is that I'm doing here, because I want them to be able to, when I'm gone, they'll be able to do this, not just for themselves, but to help one another as well. But there is a machine, and later on down we will invest in one of those. You put the corn in, and you turn that wheel and you pull the corn through and shell the cob for you. But growing up, what we used to do is pretty much hold the corn in your hand just like this, and you just twist back and forth, and as y'all can see, all that corn comes off the cob just like that, guys. Okay, and so that is it right there. Look at that. It do take a little bit more time, but hey, have the young ones come on down. My mom says she's coming to help me as well, and we'll take this moment to sit down and just talk a little bit and, you know, have a little dialogue with one another. But guys, these are things that we have to get back to it. We have to get back to it sooner rather than later. Because to be honest with y'all, you don't have much time. You don't. You don't have much time. So learn as much as you can now and apply what you're learning, so that way you're able to do these things when the time comes. Okay? So that right there is it. We still got a little bit more to go. I think I've done enough talking for today. All right. That is it right there, guys. Y'all just stay tuned. We do have a couple more things that we're going to be doing, a couple more videos coming. And also another thing, guys, I do have quite a bit of videos, and my laptop I had the videos stored on. I think I may have lost quite a bit of them because the laptop is broken, and so we're trying to probably get another laptop, same make or something, so we can switch that hard drive to get back a lot of our videos that we have lost. And I'm telling you, I'm not into the mood to redo those videos, but I know some of them that I'm going to have to redo, because a lot of you guys was asking me, how do I keep my garden so clean from weeds? And I did that video. Was waiting to get that video edited. It was on the laptop. I believe it may have been on the laptop. And so that's a video there that is could possibly go on. I know that one I'm going to definitely have to redo. We do have some videos on there where we was harvesting the rattlesnake pole bean up at the top garden, and I believe we lost those footage as well. Also have some growing guide, how to grow some stuff here, and I believe I've lost those as well. And so, like I said, I'm not really in the mood of redoing them. We'll see what next year brings, to see if that's something that I'm willing to touch on again. It's very it's one of those things when, man, you do some videos, and you know that video was that video was a good video, was a nice video, and you end up losing it. I've lost so much videos that I just never did feel the urge to go back and do. But I know I'm going to have to do something, because it's a lot of knowledge in the videos, and I want to share that with you all, you know. And so that is some of the stuff that I think I'm gonna have to touch back on some of them, just so we can learn together and help one another, right? You know, so yeah, absolutely. I think I may go back and redo them videos, you know, but whew, a lot of videos, a lot. All right. But I think that's pretty much it there, guys. I'm getting down to the last few of these corn here that we're going to be putting up for seeds. So I just want to show you guys how beautiful these seeds are. Y'all can see, look at that. Beautiful corn. Like I said, I remember these corn here coming up back home. I remember these corn. And there's some pretty corn, pretty nice corn. I didn't really quite remember the flavor, what they taste like, because it's been a long time. But eating them now, they're pretty good. I like them. It may not be the same for everybody, but for me, I like them. All right. So I am down to my last one, well, last three. You know, it's pretty relaxing coming out here and just shelling away these corn. It's pretty relaxing. All right. It takes a bit of time, but hey, I'm not doing nothing. So don't mind coming out here and shelling these corn here. Okay guys, and so that is it right there. Like I said, I think I've done enough talking. I just want to say thanks to each and every one of y'all out there for just stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead, taking the time out to come along with me, shelling corn, talking a little. You know, thanks for y'all to stop. Thank you guys for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. And as always, now if you like the content, you know, if you like the content y'all got here today, just go ahead, throw that thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Just to help the channel to you know, get out there, so that way more people. Not that I wanted to get out there to be famous or anything like that. That's not what it's about. But for me, there's a goal here, and that is to get our people, get everybody, I don't care who it is, get everybody out there to start back growing their own food. That is the whole goal for this video. I remember some years back, we had just got the property, and you know, there was a gentleman that means a lot to me. I look up to him, and you know, just talking about one of our elders, and I was just talking, and you know, I remember he called me and he was asking me a question. Hey, you know, how to grow onions? And so I was kind of trying to give him a rundown on the phone and everything like that, how to grow the onions, you know, because he was inquiring on how to grow them. And at that moment, I said, you know what? We're going to do the YouTube channel. And, you know, and this is where we are today. You know, our elders, you know, our elder called and wanted to know how to grow onions. And you know, at that time, it meant a lot. It meant a lot. I don't know. I don't even know how we got on the topic of growing stuff, but it was all in that time when a lot of stuff was going on, and you know, we always trying to get ourselves out there to start growing something. And so, but you know, nonetheless, that's why I am here today, to just start, you know, growing and helping one another, with whatever knowledge, whatever little knowledge that I do have, to share that. Now, the thing about it, if you guys have knowledge out there on something and how to do something, share it with one another, guys, because knowledge is key. Knowledge is power, especially good knowledge. Okay, it's needed, and so I'm glad that we actually started this channel here to help one another. And so, you know, just continue to keep coming along with us and learning with one another, and we all gonna learn together, brother. And so that is it right there. So this right here is all the corn that we are going to put away for seeds, not just for you guys, but also for us to plant back here on the homestead. The whole goal is, like I said, I was going to close out, which I am, you know, as you go and start come back. But our whole goal is to try and plant a whole lot more corn next year. Okay, and so that's what the whole goal is. But nonetheless, thanks to each and every one of y'all for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Have a blessed day.